Have you ever stood in your kitchen, looking at a plate of vegetables, and thought to yourself, I'm doing the right thing for my health? But deep down, your body still feels tired, stiff, or inflamed. Maybe your joints ache more than they used to. Maybe your digestion feels slower. Or maybe your blood sugar just doesn't behave the way it once did. If you're over 60, this moment is more common than you think. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people never tell you. Some vegetables that are praised as healthy can quietly work against your body as you age. I've seen this again and again. A well-meaning senior comes into my office, proud of eating more vegetables than ever before. Yet their energy is lower, their belly feels bloated, and their inflammation markers keep creeping up. They're confused. They're frustrated. And sometimes they even feel guilty, wondering if they're doing something wrong. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something important right now. This is not your fault. As we age, our bodies change. Our digestion changes. Our gut bacteria changes. The way we process sugars, fibers, and natural plant chemicals changes. Foods that once felt light and nourishing in your 30s or 40s can suddenly become irritating, exhausting, or even harmful in your 60s and beyond. And vegetables are no exception. Today, we're going to talk honestly about this. Not with fear, not with extremes. And definitely not with confusing nutrition jargon. I want to walk you through 3 vegetables that many seniors eat every week, believing they're helping their health, when in reality they may be increasing inflammation, slowing digestion, or disrupting blood sugar. And just as importantly, I'll show you 3 vegetables you should eat instead options that are gentler on your system, easier to digest, and far more supportive of aging joints, circulation, and energy. If you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll understand why some superfoods stop being super as we age, how to recognize when a vegetable isn't serving your body anymore, and how a few simple swaps can help you feel lighter, calmer, and more in control of your health again. And there's one surprising vegetable swap I'll share later that often brings relief within just a few weeks, especially for seniors dealing with bloating or joint stiffness. Now, let me ask you something personal. Have you ever noticed that after eating certain vegetables, you feel unusually gassy, tired, or uncomfortable, but you brush it off because you were told that vegetables are always good for you? That quiet discomfort is your body trying to communicate. And learning to listen to it is one of the most powerful health skills you can develop after 60. This conversation isn't about cutting out vegetables or becoming afraid of food. It's about choosing the right foods for the body you have now, not the body you had decades ago. Aging doesn't mean decline, it means adaptation. And when you adapt wisely, your body responds with gratitude. So take a breath. Set aside everything you've heard that made nutrition feel complicated or overwhelming. Imagine this as a calm conversation between us where your health, comfort, and peace of mind come first. Because the goal isn't perfection. The goal is feeling better day by day, meal by meal. And in just a moment, we'll begin uncovering the first vegetable that may be quietly working against many seniors, one that's often sitting right there in the refrigerator, praised for being clean and green, yet surprisingly hard on an aging digestive system. As we move deeper into this conversation, I want you to keep one gentle idea in mind. There is no such thing as a bad food in isolation. What matters is how a food interacts with your body at this stage of life. The same vegetable can heal one person and quietly irritate another. That's especially true after 60, when digestion, metabolism, and immune responses all become more sensitive. Let's talk about the first vegetable many seniors struggle with, even though it has an excellent reputation: raw spinach. On paper, spinach looks perfect. It's green, low in calories, and rich in nutrients. But here's what often gets overlooked. Spinach is very high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural plant compounds that can bind to minerals like calcium and magnesium. In younger bodies, this usually isn't a big problem. But in aging bodies, especially those with slower digestion or a history of kidney stones, joint pain, or inflammation, oxalates can build up and contribute to discomfort. I've had patients tell me, "Doctor, I eat spinach salads every day, but my knees ache more than ever." When we gently reduce raw spinach and switch to cooked, low-oxalate greens, many of them feel a difference within weeks. The science behind this is simple. Cooking breaks down oxalates and fibers, making them easier for your gut to handle. Raw spinach, especially in large amounts, can overwhelm a senior digestive system that's already working harder than it used to. Now let's talk about another vegetable that causes trouble far more often than people realize: corn. Corn is often marketed as a vegetable, but metabolically, your body treats it much more like a starch. As we age, insulin sensitivity declines. That means foods that spike blood sugar can lead to fatigue, inflammation, and even increased belly fat. Corn is very high in rapidly digestible carbohydrates, and it's also difficult to break down completely because of its tough outer shell. You might notice this if you feel bloated, sluggish, or unusually hungry again shortly after eating corn. That's your blood sugar rising and falling too quickly. For seniors managing prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or simply low energy, corn can quietly work against stability and balance in the body. The third vegetable I want to mention is one that surprises many people: raw onions. Onions are healthy in many ways, but raw onions are extremely high in FODMAPs, which are fermentable sugars that feed gut bacteria. In younger guts, this fermentation can be helpful. In aging guts, where enzyme production and gut motility are slower, it often leads to gas, bloating, cramping, and discomfort. If you've ever eaten a salad with raw onions and felt uncomfortable for hours afterward, you're not imagining it. That's not weakness. That's physiology. Your digestive system is asking for gentler support. Now, here's an important myth we need to clear up. Many people believe that if a food causes discomfort, it means their body is weak or failing. That couldn't be further from the truth. What's actually happening is that your body is becoming more honest. It no longer tolerates foods that create internal stress. And that honesty is a gift if you know how to respond to it. The good news is that for every vegetable that becomes harder to tolerate with age, there is another that becomes even more beneficial. This is where wisdom replaces restriction. Instead of forcing yourself to eat what you think you should eat, you learn to choose what your body truly thrives on now. In the next section, I'm going to guide you through simple, practical replacements. Vegetables that calm inflammation instead of triggering it. Options that support digestion, circulation, and joint comfort. And I'll show you how small changes at the grocery store and in the kitchen can make a noticeable difference in how you feel every single day. Now let's shift from what to avoid to what truly supports your body at this stage of life. This is where many seniors feel relief because the goal isn't to eat less or restrict joy from food. It's to eat smarter, gentler, and more in tune with how your body works now. Let's start with a powerful swap for raw spinach. Instead of relying on raw leafy greens that strain digestion, focus on cooked greens like zucchini, cooked kale, or Swiss chard. When vegetables are lightly cooked, their fibers soften. This reduces the workload on your stomach and intestines and improves nutrient absorption. Many seniors are surprised to learn that cooked vegetables often deliver more usable nutrition than raw ones. Your body doesn't have to fight as hard to break them down. Zucchini is especially helpful. It's low in oxalates, gentle on the gut, and rich in potassium, which supports circulation and blood pressure. Seniors who switch from heavy raw salads to lightly cooked zucchini or squash often report less bloating and more steady energy throughout the day. Now let's talk about replacing corn. Instead of starchy vegetables that spike blood sugar, your body will do much better with vegetables that release energy slowly. One excellent option is cauliflower. Cauliflower is incredibly versatile, easy to digest when cooked, and low on the glycemic scale. It helps stabilize blood sugar rather than sending it on a roller coaster ride. I've seen seniors who struggle with afternoon crashes feel noticeably better simply by replacing corn or potatoes with cauliflower a few times a week. Their energy becomes more even. Their cravings decrease, and their digestion feels calmer. This isn't magic. It's biology working with you instead of against you. Another wonderful choice is green beans. They're soft, low in fermentable sugars, and packed with nutrients that support muscle function and nerve health. Green beans rarely cause bloating, making them an excellent daily vegetable for aging digestive systems. Now let's address raw onions. Instead of cutting them out completely, preparation makes all the difference. Cooked onions are far easier to tolerate than raw ones. The cooking process breaks down the compounds that trigger gas and cramping. If onions still bother you, a gentle alternative is leeks or scallions, especially when cooked. They offer similar flavor without overwhelming your gut. Here's an important daily habit I encourage seniors to adopt. Pay attention not just to what you eat, but how you feel 1 to 2 hours afterward. Do you feel light or heavy? Calm or uncomfortable? Energized or drained? Your body gives feedback in real time. Writing down just a few notes for a week can reveal patterns that no diet book ever will. Another common mistake I see is eating large portions of vegetables late at night. As we age, digestion slows in the evening. Heavy vegetable meals before bed can lead to poor sleep, reflux, or bloating. Try eating your largest vegetable portions earlier in the day and keep dinner lighter and easier to digest. Hydration also matters more than most people realize. Fiber without enough water becomes a burden, not a benefit. Seniors often eat healthy vegetables but don't drink enough fluids, leading to constipation and discomfort. Small sips throughout the day support digestion far better than forcing large glasses all at once. And please remember this: you don't need perfection. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Even one thoughtful swap per day can calm inflammation, support your joints, and improve how you feel in your own body. In the final part, I want to bring this all together. We'll talk about hope, about listening to your body with kindness, and about how food can become a source of comfort and strength again, not confusion or fear. If there's one thing I want you to carry with you after this conversation, it's this: your body is not betraying you as you age, it's guiding you. Every ache, every moment of discomfort after a meal, every restless night is not a punishment, it's information. And when you learn how to listen with patience instead of frustration, everything begins to change. I've met so many seniors who believe that feeling tired, bloated, or inflamed was simply the price of getting older. They told themselves, this is just how it is now. But that quiet resignation is not the truth. The truth is that your body still wants to heal, still wants to feel light, still wants to move with ease. It just needs the right support. When you stop forcing foods that no longer serve you and gently replace them with foods that respect your changing digestion and metabolism, something beautiful happens. Energy starts returning in small but noticeable ways. Mornings feel a little easier. Joints feel less stiff. Meals stop feeling like a gamble and start feeling safe again. This isn't about fear of vegetables or strict rules. It's about wisdom. It's about understanding that eating well after 60 looks different than it did at 30, and that's not a loss, it's growth. You've earned the right to eat in a way that honors your comfort, your health, and your peace of mind. Think about it this way. Food is something you choose every single day. That means every day you have a chance to support your body instead of stressing it. A chance to reduce inflammation instead of feeding it. A chance to feel better tomorrow than you did yesterday. And those chances add up. I want you to imagine yourself a few months from now, standing in that same kitchen. But this time, you feel confident. You know which vegetables make your body feel calm and which ones don't. You're no longer guessing. You're no longer blaming yourself. You're simply making choices that feel right. That sense of control, that quiet confidence, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself at this stage of life, because health isn't about chasing youth. It's about creating comfort, strength, and clarity in the body you live in now. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to like this video. It helps more seniors find trustworthy guidance instead of confusion. Subscribe to the channel so we can continue these calm, honest conversations about aging well together. And in the comments, tell me, have you ever noticed a vegetable that didn't sit well with you even though you thought it was healthy? Your experience might help someone else feel less alone. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself. Your body is listening.